Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll look at how we can protect our files and folders on a Linux Mint device using encryption. Now the tool I'm going to be using is called GPG. It should be installed by default, so we can check here, GPG version. So this is the tool. So this is the tool right here, and there's much more information about this tool if you look at the man page. Just quickly look at the man page, and it's just gonna tell you what it is and what it does. So this is a tool for encryption and signing, and it's part of the GNU Privacy Guard, so GNU PG. So in this video, I'm just gonna be focusing on encrypting files and folders using this tool. I'm gonna get out of this. If you wanted to read more about the tool, you can read the man page. I'm just gonna focus on some of the options here, which you can check using the help option. So there's quite a few options here, but I'm mainly gonna be using this one right here, this tool right here for symmetric encryption and decryption. So let's go ahead and look at how we can use this tool to encrypt a file and also to encrypt folders. Now let me do ls. And I have a directory here. I don't have a file. Let me create a file here. Test file 1. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Okay, and if I look at the file type, it's just a regular text file, ASCII file. We'll see what it tells us once we encrypt it. Now to encrypt this file, you'll just use the command gpg-c, the option for symmetric encryption, and then you just put the file here. You'll have to put a password. This is what's going to protect your file, so make sure it's a strong password or passphrase. And then we'll confirm it here. Okay, now if I do ls again, there's this new file here. That's the encrypted file. If I try to do cat test file 1 gpg, I can't read the text because it's encrypted. If I do file test file 1 gpg, it's gonna tell you that it's got symmetric key encrypted data. Okay. Now when you're using the command, you can use the command and output. If you wanted to output the contents of the encrypted data into a specific file, you can use this option. -o, then just encrypted, and then give it a name, a GPG, and then use -c, and then provide the file you want to encrypt. Again, you'll need to input the passphrase here. And now if I do ls, this is a new file that's encrypted. Okay, and if I do cat, I can't read the file. The next thing we'll look at is how to encrypt our directories. Now the best approach is to create an archive of the folders you're looking to encrypt. For instance, I have here, like I said, this test tr1. I could create another one. Test tr2, and now I have two directories, and if I wanted to encrypt them, I can place them in a tar file. I can say tar create, and let's say v for verbose here, and then I'm gonna compress it. The file name I'm gonna use is tar dot, let's say test tar dot .gz because I'm compressing my archive file. Then what I want to archive is test dir1 and test dir2, and you can even add files in here. I can say file, I can say test file 1, enter. Let me clear this, and now I have this archive file which I can verify using the file command test.tar.gz. so it tells us it's a gzip compressed data. Now that we have this compressed archive file, we can go ahead and then encrypt it using the same command that I used earlier. You can say gpg, and then you can say I want to output my encrypted file to, let's call it test.gz, and since it's encrypted, I'm gonna add gpg here. Then I'll say what I want to encrypt. I'll say -c. I want to encrypt test.gz. Again, put in your passphrase. Put in the passphrase again, and this is it right here. I can do again file just to verify, and it's encrypted. Now usually if you wanted to view the contents of a tar file, you might be able to do so using tar. Let's say you have verbose t file, and then test, and this tells me what the contents are of that archive file. Now if we try the same command with the encrypted file here, it shouldn't tell us what's inside of it. Now when it comes to decrypting encrypted files, you'll have to use -d. Now for instance, here we have this file here that's encrypted. You can say gpg -d test file 1. And it will show you the contents. And we can do the same thing with this encrypted tar file, but with this one we'll need to specify the output file. We can say gpg, we want to output this to test tar. Actually, let me just delete this one so I can use the same file. Remove test tar.gz. So this one is gone. I'm gonna use the same name. Say gpg output file is test gz, and then I want to decrypt test easy gpg. Okay, it didn't ask for the passphrase because it's still remembering the passphrase because we just used it. That's why I didn't ask for it. Now if I do ls, we have this file, which now we can go ahead and unarchive and view the contents of it. Okay, now let me show how we can unarchive this file. We might want to put it in a different directory, so let me create the 3. I'm gonna move test.gz to test 3. cd to test 3, and to decrypt it now to unarchive this file, we can use tar verbose. We'll use x, and then we'll put the file here, test. So when we create the file, we use c. When we unarchive the file, we use x. Let's do ls, and now we have the files. And you can always, let me clear this. You can always check what options are available with tar. With tar, you can say tar, and you should be able to see the different options that are available when you're working with tar files. Okay, for instance, -f specifies the file, and we used x, and we used So we use X for extract, we use T to list the contents, and then we use C to create the archive. And here you see there's examples. So that's all for this video. That's how you can protect your files and directories on a Linux Mint device using GPG. So I hope this information has been helpful. I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.